Merlynmagic. On today's episode, I'm going to show you the trick called the Royal Flush. If you haven't already, please could you smash that like and also subscribe if you're not done so already. And now we're going to get straight on with the video. So what we're going to do here is just going to quickly, before the trick starts, quickly just give them a quick riffle shuffle here. And now we're ready to begin. So what we're going to do is going to ask a spectator just to split the cards in half. So what we're going to do, obviously, I'll have to do it for you here, but just get it into two rough piles and okay, just point to a pack. This one. You sure? Okay, we'll just get rid of that one. And now we're left with about half the deck left. And now what we're going to do is I'm just going to start placing cards into a piles here, into 5 piles. And as this trick is called the Royal Flush, I'm not sure whether you're aware in poker what the actual probability of actually getting a straight flush or a royal flush is called, which of course is an unbeatable hand in poker. It's actually 1 in 40,000. So I've got a 1 in 40,000 chance of this trick being right. So if you see here, we've got 5 randomly generated cards on the top here, and that's going to be your hand today. So now for the first time, we're going to reveal to see what your hand is. So we have a 7 of spades, a 2 of diamonds, a 2 of spades, an 8 of spades, and of course a 7 of clubs. So you've got nothing really here. So that kind of proves the logic that it really is 1 in 40,000 chance of this actually being pulled off. Unless of course you're a magician and you actually know the positioning of the cards from the dealer. So if we just show you my hands, as we see here, if we just turn them over, we've got a king of diamonds. We've got an ace of diamonds, looking good so far. A jack of diamonds, a queen of diamonds, and of course the 5th card, you know what it's going to be. The 10 of diamonds. You see here a perfect royal flush here in diamonds. And I've now, of course, beaten the dealer. So that is the trick, guys. And now we're going to move on and show you how it's done. And this is a really cool trick if you're starting out in Magic and you want to earn a little bit of money also. You can use this. You can place a bet before the trick begins and say, I bet you that I won't be able to get a royal flush from a randomly generated set of 5 cards, which of course the spectator has the choice of what deck, half of the deck they use. So it really is a cool trick to perform to your friends, and it's very simple to perform. It only requires a small setup. So what you want to do for this trick, guys, before you go ahead and perform the trick, you want to find yourself, as you see here, I'm going to just change it here because that's the first one I saw, the jack. You want to get yourselves your royal flush. So now I'm looking for the corresponding cards here. So there's the 10, there's the ace. So now, just need the queen, and the king, and then you're ready to go. So just before you perform, you get these 5 cards, whichever 5 you want, as long as it's 10 to ace, because that is the royal flush, and you place them on the top of the deck, and then you're ready to go. So then you're going to say, okay, I'm going to show you a trick. This is called the Royal Flush. And what you can do is you can riffle shuffle the cards. So if you get half the card, and as you riffle down, make sure that you leave enough cards on the top so that the top 5 cards do not change position. You can do it again. Just remember what half your deck is in. So this is the one you want to stay on the top. So as you riffle down, just make sure at least 5 cards stay on the top. And then as you see, the top 5 cards are still the ones you want on the top. And then from this moment on, it's just a self-working trick. Like on the previous video, you get your spectator to cut the deck in half, say roughly about pick off half the cards, try and split it in half into 2 decks like this. And then you see, here you've got 2 decks. This is the deck with your cards on which you want the spectator to choose. So you force these cards, you say point to a card. If they point to this one, you get rid of it. And if they point to this one, you say, okay, we'll use this deck. So now, all you need to do is start dealing cards face down on the table into 5 piles and just keep going, and then just mention the fact like I did, that it's a 1 in 40,000 chance of you actually getting a straight flush in a poker game. And then once you've dealt, it doesn't matter whether not all the piles are even, because your 5 cards will still be on the top, no matter what order it is. It's just working itself down. So then you say, this is going to be your hand. And of course, this won't be the straight flush. This will be random cards because your cards are actually on the bottom. So that's when you say, oh, looks like it's been proved true that it is a 1 in 40,000 chance of getting it. And of course, you haven't been able to get it. Then you say, unless you happen to be a magician and that you know the order of the cards and you know where they are. So then all you do is completely flip the piles over, because your cards have actually been dealt down into the bottom from the top. So that is why they're on the bottom. And then all you need to do is watch in amazement as your spectators are clueless as to how you've managed to get a straight flush. And yeah, and that is the trick, guys. Of course, if you're new to this channel, please would you leave a like and comment on any tricks you'd like to see me do. And of course, make sure you're subscribed and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And always keep practicing.